Okay, so it seems like we have some action in the markets finally. My word, what a dead week it's been. CPI just launched. Let's jump straight into it. We're looking at the NZDUSD, and I think that I have a massive potential move coming today, actually. Start from the weekly time frame. We can see right now the weekly has tapped into a fair value gap. And I think that if this fair value gap holds, we're going to see price reverse and then change direction to the downside. Targets I'm looking for right now is the weekly lows. We see that apart from the fair value gap, we had some reaction of the zone in the past. So looking at the reaction that we had a resistance, price broke above, came back, acted as support, broke back below that level, created a gap, now acting as resistance if it holds. And now all I want to see literally is for price to give me the move to the downside. On the left hand side, we have clean range, so I don't think we should have any trouble. This is obviously should the move be valid. Going to the daily time frame, the price action is actually interesting, but it's clean and crisp because we see we have a large impulsive move to the downside. Then we have this corrective move which happened, and is obviously I am just looking for the move to say "Pew!" all the way down. Um, that is essentially what I'm looking for based on the higher time frames. Let's see if we can get some confluences. I've got the Fibonacci. We tapped in just above the 50%, which is good enough for me. Tapped into a level of resistance, turned into support as well in the daily, so it coincides with a higher time frame. Looking down at the 4 hour time frame, this is where it gets interesting for me. Let me just clean this out. Basically, we had this order block over here. Price tapped into that level clean. But the nice thing, or what I've noticed, is it seems to me like this resistance level was actually generating liquidity the whole time. So if you're looking at it, from a technical perspective, we had this resistance, price dropped, then price came to this level twice, one, two. This then looked like the liquidity grab for price to continue going down. It also, as we see, started forming this trend line. So price has been, slowly moving higher. But I'm not gonna lie, I did short. I closed lots of my positions because I was watching this level. This level is the one I was looking for because what it is a untested level of resistance. If you're looking at the H1 time frame, you will see this much more clearly, in my opinion. Just looking at how the price has formed at this level, we see that it clearly formed a support, then started, pushing down, gap down all the way, and just never came back to that level. So because of the nature and how price has been moving it all the way back up to that level, told me that this is generating liquidity. So this move, that move, that move, all generated liquidity. Boom, swept some of that liquidity, then reverse. Probably a lot of people got in short, created a head and shoulders pattern. I'm sure many people got in short, then slowly made its way up, back there, not quite as high, then started dropping, and I got in at this short, and I literally got out just before CPI, knowing that this is really the level I want to get in. Price tapped into that level with CPI. I already have an entry right at this point. My stop loss is above there. I'm looking hopefully to add more positions because I believe the real move is going to happen now. So my whole goal in this account or this trade here is to really do some damage because we've got a lot of downside potential. Seeing that this level has now been tapped. In fact, let's just look deeper into this level because I feel like there's a lot going on. So apart from the fair value on the weekly, here we've got this area which is a fair value gap. Here we've got a sort of order block within an order block, if you will. So that level, let's see the price reach all the way to that level. Perfect, it reached in. Let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. Let's see if there's anything else over there. 30 minutes, as we can see, we have a level of support which broke, which has also not been tested. So now price has definitely tapped into that level, testing it, obviously completing the test. And my expectation now is that from this level, we should see price obviously reverse. We have about 40 minutes before the New York session starts. We might see price run again to the highs. We might see price, the next candle run to the highs and then pew, pew, pew to the downside. And essentially, I'm very excited for this move because I feel it's going to be massive. Just my instinct, my gut's telling me it's going to be massive. So I am locked and loaded. I'm prepared. I've got more to allocate into this position, and hopefully we can make some bank on this one. Like I said, we can potentially target the weekly lows. But once we get the break of the trend line, we should see price continue. I want to try and get more entries around here. So if price continues going down, and I can maybe get some more entries as it continues going down within this range somewhere, and then as it breaks the trend line, I can start getting in more positions and hopefully make the brokers cry. Oh, my broker doesn't cry. My broker just pays me. Anyway, let's see how it goes. I'll give an update as soon as the trade is completed, and have a good one.